The following demonstration will be done on the unit data, and all the following commands also apply to the universe. Password policies for encryption keys, wallets, and master keys are set up and enforced separately. You can set up policies using the ecommand utility or with admin. We can use ecommand utility to manage the password policy for encryption keys, wallets, and the master key. Because they use the same set of rules, so I will take the password management of the encryption key as an example. Use command ecommand pass policy key to manage and display password policies of encryption key. Now we can see that we have a total of 9 policy configuration options. Enforce policy means control whether the password policy is in effect. Minimum length and maximum length means the minimum and maximum length of the password. Minimum age means the number of days between encryption key password changes. Maximum age means the number of days before the encryption key password expires. Required char set is a bit more of a complex attribute. You can set the value based on the required character rules for a particular password. You can even combine rules and set them as a single value here. For example, if the password needs to include both uppercase and lowercase, as well as include numbers and some special characters, you would set it to 15. Later in this demo, I will go into more detail on the options for this attribute configuration. Expiration warning equates to the number of days before a password expires that U2 starts to display an expiration warning. For example, if now I create a new password for encryption key and set maximum age to 5 days, and also set expiration warning to 5 days. At this time, we use this key and its password to encrypt all other related operations. After executing this command, it will display the warning message that has 4 days to expire. Complexity manually checks the content of the password. It has 4 values from 0 to 3. Value 0 means no complexity check. Value 1 means check if the current account or encryption key ID is part of the password. Value 2 means check if there are more than 2 of the same character in succession. For example, password 123AAA456 is not allowed. Value 3 means combine these values together to satisfy 2 rules. Minimum history means the number of previous passwords that can't be reused. So for example, I set this to 8, then I couldn't reuse the last 8 passwords I have used. I could only reuse older passwords from 9+ times ago. Now that we understand these password policy configurations, I want to do a simple demonstration on how we can verify the rule of password length. First, we are going to create a new key called myKey9 and specify a password of 123456. We know that the length is less than the minimum required length of 7. You can see that the password validation shows an error and failed to create encryption key. Next, I want to change both the password length and the characters. I'm going to set the password to rocket251. It's still an invalid password. You can see here that it says the password policy violation is due to not having any uppercase characters with my password rocket251. Our unsuccessful password setting this time is due to the restriction of policy 6, required char set. So let's verify and try to change the rule for required char set. First, use command command pass policy key to manage policy of inference key. Input 6 to enter the setting of the policy required char set. You can see that the current setting is 7, means that the password is required to contain uppercase, lowercase, and numbers. Now we can change the password rules to restrict only lowercase letters and numbers. To do so, we combine the rule values together, 2 plus 4. So enter the value 6. Enter yes to save the change. Policy changes don't affect U2 sessions that are already started, so we will need to restart a new session for the new password policies to take effect. In the new session, execute the same command again. It's successful, means password check has been passed. Regulations, industry standards, or internal policies often mandate periodic password changes as a measure to ensure information security. Therefore, U2 allows you to easily modify the password of the master key and the encryption key. As an example, I will now change the password for a new encryption key to my key 9. We use command change encryption password. To do this, you will need to specify both the original password and the new password. You will see that you can't change the password for the encryption key, but don't worry, the system is operating correctly. We can't change it because the minimum age restriction that was set on the password policy is set to 1, which prevents us from modifying it until tomorrow. Please remember, if the minimum age is not 0, you can't change password without waiting for the specified dates to pass. So let's set minimum age to 0 and save it. Run the same command again. And now we can change it successfully. Okay, that's it for the password policy.